的时候就让他们走了。
好的。Oops. OK， 可以开始。
可以开始了哈。
哎。
同学们开始走了，开始走了。
Are we live?
Yeah.
Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to our latest instalment of Century-Long Journey with iChongqing. Thank you for joining us. Today we have a very special show for you, and it's a very famous location in Chongqing called Antitled. Now, we're in a city called Rongchang, and it's very famous for a number of things. So as you can see behind me, we have a big model of what is the Rongchang Pottery or the Rongchang porcelain. But there are also other things that Rongchang is famous for as well, such as the folding fans. Also there's the Rongchang Zhu, like the Rongchang pig, which is a very famous delicacy here. And there's also xiaobu, which is a kind of hemp cloth as well. So on this episode of our live stream, we're going to take you around this area and show you a lot of the local specialties. But joining me today, we have a lot of special guests. So first of all, we'll say ladies first. So we have the lovely Lily with us. So Lily, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Lily. I'm today with Jim. We're going to visit this town.
Okay, yes, thank you, Lily. And of late you've been studying in Canada, is that right?
Yes, right. I am a very recent graduate from Canada, and I'm happy here to be here.
Okay, and for all of you games enthusiasts out here, you're actually a computer game designer.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. Okay, so next we have this young man to the left of you. So,
yeah, hello guys. My name's Ian. It's nice to be here with James and with other guys to experience the manufacturing procedure of pottery.
Great. Last but not least.
Hi guys, my name is Pottery and I'm studying at university. And I'm very happy life to experience Chongqing.
Okay, so is this your first time to Rongchang?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely the first time for me.
Alright, so how are your first impressions?
I mean, it's a very beautiful place with a lot of trees. I mean, you never experienced that kind of, like a lot of flowers in any city, right? So yeah, let's take back to James.
Yeah, okay then. So I suppose I've been to this location before, but I haven't actually been inside the museum. So just wondering if there's anybody who could perhaps show us around.
I don't know. Let's go and someone.
Oh, so how about this lady over here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we're in Lake today. So here we have a special guide for the museum and the Antitled village here. So first of all, could you introduce yourself?
大家好，我是安陶小镇景区讲解员林慧。那这里呢是荣昌安富街道，它是中国的三大陶土、四大名陶之一。安富自古就生产陶器，距今呢有2000多年的历史，是中国的四大名陶三大陶之一。
Okay, so I'll just do a bit of translation part. Yeah, I'm sorry. But what she's trying to say is this town got a lot of rich history and dating back to 2,000 years ago. And it's one of the most famous pottery manufacturing bases in China. And the pottery here are also highly demanded domestically. And great.
那这里呢是我们安陶小镇。
So here's the gate of
这个大门是一个特大型的泡菜坛。之所以用泡菜坛，是因为它是咱们荣昌陶最具代表性的生活陶，在云贵川地区呢，几乎家家户户都有好几个。它曾经连续3届文化9年获得国家青根部的金奖，在60、70年代还曾经作为国礼送给日本、美国等外国政要。
Okay, this gate is shaped of a really big jar in wood on purpose of storage. And also the pottery production which made in here has already got a lot of awards. And also as
是因为他们太远了，人太多了，是不是？
文学家、艺术家冯骥才先生提的。
So the title here are actually made from a very famous artist here in China. So as you can see here, it is actually quite popular here on the stage. Yes.
然后两边呢还有一副对联，上联是一如摇果映千秋，下联是双色泥陶福万代。它们印证了荣昌陶千年的历史文化和红白两种陶矿的独特资源。
So here are two poems here, which suggest this town has a very rich history dating back to before, and because making pottery requires temperatures and fires kind of symbolize a lot of human civilization, a lot of legends and stories here. So the 2 points here are suggesting the fires has burned for a very long time, and this town got a very rich history and stories here. Yes.
我们继续往前走。
Okay, let's proceed. Let's go inside. Here
因为他们人太多了，然后没有办法拿来，
没有这么多是吧？
对，
但是有那个，
对，现在就是对，太远了，没有办法。
So that one is a parking lot, and we are going to the tourist center.
里面除了丰富的绿化装饰之外呢，我们看到地上随处可见的都是陶器的装饰。
Okay, yeah. So as we walk towards the reception centre, by the other side of the walkway here, we've got some good examples of Rongchang pottery. So I don't know if we maybe stop here and just take a quick little look. So you see these earthen jars here. Yeah, so these are authentic examples of Rongchang pottery. So we've got different shapes, different colours, different designs. And if you look at this one is very special. So not only the colour, but I also like how it has these grooves in, which you can run your fingers through. Yeah, and then also this one here. I mean, I don't know if this is something that maybe people would have in their homes as a kind of decoration. 一般来说，这样的陶器是一种放在家里面的一种装饰品。
一种装饰，对。这里的陶器呢，它分为上釉的和素烧的两种。比如说像这个，我们看到的是陶器的本色，我们称为素烧，也叫凝基破。然后这个表面上呢，给它涂了一些颜色，这种色彩比较釉，所以它也叫釉质破。
Yeah, okay, so we've got two different kind of styles here. She just told us that these are in fact often used for home decorations. But this piece of pottery is glazed, so as we can see from the colour and the fact that it's very smooth. But this one is non-glazed, so we have this kind of very raw clay like feeling to it. But I love all of them. They're very nice.
继续往前走，那我们当地的陶矿资源特别的丰富。你看右手边有一座山，这是一条矿带，全长呢是25公里，宽有2.5到4.5公里，都是咱们的陶矿资源。除了它这有1亿多吨的陶矿还没有开采，这是我们最大的优势。
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's also very interesting as well. If you look into the distance over there, you can see the mountain. So over there, that's so that mountain hasn't been exploited yet, but there are lots of clay resources in there, and they say there's up to about 100 million tons of clay just waiting to be exploited from there. 那目前的是现在的陶土来自哪里吗？
Oh, you mean the storage?
No, the clay.
The clay. 现在的陶土从哪儿来？
对，我们的这个陶土呢，就是从鸭羽山上把这个矿石采下来之后，经过10几道工序，加工成很细的一种陶土，我们把它称为粘土。这种粘土含有对人体有益的钙、铁、锌、硒、钾、钠、镁等多种微量元素，所以是非常健康、非常环保的。
Yeah, okay. So, like I said, they haven't started exploiting that mountain for clay yet, but they have another like a quarry or a pit where they take it from. And when they take it out of the earth, they have a lot of processes that they add to it. But overall, she was saying one of the most important features is that it's very environmentally friendly and they don't want any toxic additives to it. So it's very safe to use as a pottery material.
我们陶矿的颜色主要是分为红色和白色两种。我们看到前面这个景区接待中心的大门，它是一个倒着的茶壶的造型，红白相间的。那红色的就是红泥，白色的就是白泥。我们把它混在一起呢，称为角泥，这是荣昌陶最大的特色。
Oh, that's actually very interesting. What you said before is like there are basically two kinds of color of the pottery. One is red and one is white, and the scenery here are actually trying to mimicking a actual pottery here, and you can see it's made of white and red, which is kind of represents the typical pottery here made in Rongchang. Correct, right?
然后这个壶呢，它是倒着的。在四川，壶和福同音，壶倒了就是福到了的意思。
Oh, okay. So here is actually kind of like an anecdote. It represents like health, like and kind of like a fortunate meaning in Chinese culture.
Yeah, okay, so this is saying in like the Chongqing dialect,
Yes, that's correct.
hu is pronounced as fu. So like the words for
Good luck.
yeah, kind of mean the same. So the fact that if you look at the entrance, the pottery is on its side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the good luck is going to pour out.
Oh,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
中国还有一个成语是五福临门，所以我们看到外立面其实有5把茶壶都是倒着的，也寓意着五福临门的意思。
Oh wow.
So there are actually 5 gates, so it means like a lot of luck here.
Yeah, and she's just been saying as well that there's a special Chinese idiom which is a bit difficult to translate.
But it's kind of like a
Yeah.
cultural thing, right?
Yeah, but something like the 5 sources of wealth or fortune
Yeah.
that can come your way. So that's the reason why they have the models of 5 pieces of pottery on the exterior of this building.
But let's go. Like it's going to.
Okay, let's go in. Let's go.
我们要从这个接待中心穿过去。
I'm actually quite lucky with the weather as well today. It's actually very nice this afternoon. This morning when you came to Rongchang, it was pouring down with rain. But yeah, at the moment it's like the sun is about to shine on our live stream today. So I feel like we have some good luck.
我们荣昌呢有3大非物质文化遗产保护项目，除了陶器之外呢，还有夏布和折扇。那我们在这里看到的，上面是一叠陶器，那下面铺的这一层白色的麻布呢，就是我们当地的夏布。
Okay, so down into this glass panel. So I can actually walk on it here. Yeah, so we have some old examples of Rongchang pottery, and actually the cloth underneath is what I just talked about before, the shabu, which is like the famous hemp cloth of Rongchang. So they've kind of used these 2 features of intangible cultural heritage in Rongchang and put them together in this exhibit.
继续往前走。
Yeah, even if it's it's not a translation. Yeah, no hiding at the back. There's nowhere to hide. Yeah, well, and I love this environment as well, because you were just saying in the introduction how green Rongchang is.
Yes, and the air actually smells quite good after raining.
Yeah, smell very fresh.
Where are we going actually? 我们去哪？
现在我们将去到一条古驿道上，这条古驿道呢，在清代时是直通京师的官家驿道上的一条东大路，直接通往这个朝廷的一条路。
Okay.
Yeah,
we are working on old road, and in the Qing dynasty, the road is approaching to the Beijing, our capital. Yeah.
Wow. That must be a very ancient
And
road.
also, this road is for business, right? Yeah. Yeah, this road is for business. 这是一条商道是吧？
驿道。
驿道。
驿道。Oh, it's for
对，皇帝
transportation.
送信的皇差，要经过这条路，经过驿
Oh,
道。
okay.
It's a kind of highway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like a
right?
transportation or kind of like postal.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, postal routes.
it's like a highway in ancient years of China.
所以因为当地盛产陶器，所以给它命名是陶宝古驿道。陶是陶瓷的陶。那我们看到旁边呢立着一根高杆，这个高杆是当地盛产的吨缸，酿酒用的。
Okay, the jar beside the gate of the road is a plenty of jars, which is used for storage for wines in ancient years. Yeah.
So, 现在里面有酒吗？
没有。
no. I think it's just a sculpture. Just a sculpture.
Yeah, just a silly question for me. So I was just asking if there's any rice wine inside there now that we can drink. But no, it's just for display purposes only.
Yeah.
我们当地有一句民谣：安富镇五里长，瓷窑里烧酒房，泥金糊糊排成行，烧酒滴滴巷子香。所以安富的陶器和酒都是非常出名的。
Okay, this is actually a little poem about in the ancient years that the people in Antao village makes a lot of pottery production and also made a lot of wine. It's quite symbol of the prosperous thing.
Prosperity.
Yeah, prosperity. Yeah.
It's just they sing lullabies to celebrate that they have a lot of wines and people just love to use their own pottery to make wine. And it also means that they have a good economy, kind of. Right?
Yeah.
我们再看地上的这些残片，这些残片都是一些专家从山上的古窑遗址里面挖掘出来的，至少呢都有几百年的历史了，大部分都是宋代的。
Wow.
So if we could take the camera and have a look at the ground between below us. So we're not talking about the slabs, but in between the slabs we can see we've got these pieces, these like fragments of pottery. And you're saying this kind of style comes from the Song dynasty?
Yes.
Yeah, so these have been here for a long time, I
Dating back
guess.
to 300 years ago.
Maybe 1,000 years.
Maybe 1,000 years.
Yeah. Nearly 1,000 years.
That's quite a net luxury, actually. Only can be found here.
It feels like we're walking on the history.
Yeah,
Right.
I was just
Like
thinking
walking on
that.
a history.
Yeah, you're like walking over 1,000 years of history.
这边有个驿站，安北驿站，就是在清代的时候给皇帝送信的皇差路过这里吃喝休息和换马的地方，原址就在这里。
So here we have an ancient style postal station, kind of styled on the Qing dynasty. So you can see the building is quite nicely restored, but on the right-hand side over there, we can see a lot of statues and models of people, labourers, and also horses. So it gives us a sense of what the scene would have been like here a long time ago. Okay,
这里面有一个陶艺工作室，可以自己去体验一下。
Oh, so what are we going to do now?
We're going to a studio to make our own pottery.
Oh wow!
So we're going to experience the exact process of manufacturing a pottery.
The process of manufacturing, yes. I actually haven't experienced this one before because you have to play with a lot of clay.
I'm not really good at it.
Yeah, me too. But you don't really get to try this in other places.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really made any pottery since I was in maybe middle school in England.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so talking about maybe 20, 25
You
years.
guys took that kind of courses?
Yeah, in those days, we did lots of interesting things. We did pottery, we kind of did woodsmanship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did we did singing, against tattoos on woodsmanship and things like that. But I forgot everything.
这个呢是这个工作室的一个。
简单给你们介绍一下，荣昌陶是中国的4大名陶，然后呢是江苏宜兴、云南建水、广西钦州为4大名陶，然后有个三大陶都是那个广东佛山和在这里。荣昌陶是中国的那个4大名陶，3大陶都之一。然后有那个云南建水、广西钦州、江苏宜兴，我们称为那个4大名陶。
Okay, so we'll translate this one. And also, here we have an inheritor. Yeah, so we have a very famous inheritor of Rongchang pottery. So he's explaining how it all works and his studies about the history.
He's also going to tutoring us how to make pottery.
Yeah, and he just introduced to begin with that actually in China there are 4 famous locations for pottery. So one is here in Rongchang of Chongqing. Another one is Yixing or Jiangsu province. Jiangsu, province and Xinjiang in Guangdong, Canton province.
然后呢，荣昌陶的话，我们现在荣昌陶的泥料应该是可以毫不谦虚的说，应该算是最好的泥料。我们泥料里边的那个矿物质元素含量特别丰富，钾、钠、钙、铁、锌、硅，它的含量是特别丰富的。然后我们这个透气也特别好。
Okay, the material of Rongchang pottery is without doubt the best, and also it contains many of micro elements, micro elements, and which makes the production very breathable. Right?
Yeah, so I suppose when you are filing the clay in the kiln, so this makes it more porous to the air. That helps it to.
Yes, I think the material would be one of the best in China. And
然后荣昌陶的话，我们有4大特点，红如枣，薄如纸，亮如镜，深如沁。其实我们可以试一看。我们做的话，它是做的那个，我们荣昌的拉坯的话，它是7分拉3分修。拉坯的时候就已经把整个器型差不多就拉成旋了，然后修的话是只有3分修，像景德镇的话，他们是3分拉7分修，是拉的比较厚，我们是拉的很薄，然后亮如镜就是形容我们的那个釉料的表面，是亮如镜，然后深如沁，对，它这个声音特别的清脆，就像我们那个深如沁。
So the pottery here are actually quite different than anywhere else. It's because first of all, we mentioned before the material, and second of all, when they're actually making it, they just make the shape initially with their hand, then they use a shaping knife to finish all the basic shapes. Then they just do the glazing. You can see how beautiful the color it is, and you can see how crystal the sound it is. Great.
这是一个石材光。
And we're just saying at the moment as well that I hope you're enjoying the show so far. But don't forget they can also give us questions. So if you have any questions that you'd like to ask our inheritor of Rongchang pottery, just leave a message and we can ask the questions for you. Okay, so let's go on.
然后那个，比方我们做的那个茶壶、茶杯的话，泡茶一泡茶，我们可以同一泡茶可以泡上30天以上，它不馊，而且在夏天30天以上不馊不坏不长霉。这是我们的一个就是泥料里边的那个透质，矿物质元素含量，对，含量是特别丰富。然后一个就是它的那个透气性特别好。
Got it. Like the pottery here are very effective in preserving the freshness of food inside of it, and the master just said like it's because of the mineral inside the materials, and that's really quite magic actually. I have to say.
我们都对着镜头，都对着镜头说。
然后像这种，我们是那个荣昌陶的一个只有荣昌才有的这个釉料，朱砂釉。这类朱砂釉的话，它是上釉的方式不同，和那个烧成曲线不同，它出来的那个效果就会不一样。这个是朱砂釉，这个也是朱砂釉。然后像这边这个，同样是这边这个，它就是因为它的那个上釉的方式不同，出来的效果就是截然不同的一个效果。
所以这些方式有哪些不同的地方
您说什么？
这些上釉的方式，
上釉的方式有点、刷、沁、喷这几种方式啊。
Oh, okay. So it's saying when they glaze the pottery, they have a number of different techniques. So one is they kind of spray, they can spray it. 但那喷的那种陶瓷，
喷的有
器
像
是
这种就是喷的。
Okay, so this is an example of a piece of pottery that has been sprayed.
对，这个是磨砂釉的，磨砂它上面是有上了一层那个，这是有荣昌陶的那个剔刻花的工艺。像这个是剔刻花，先红泥坯拉出来之后，然后再做一层白泥的那个化妆土啊，然后再进行刻画，刻画完了之后再进行一个喷的一个磨砂釉啊，这个效果它是。
Oh yeah, and Dave can. Yeah, I mean, just listen to that. I mean, that kind of echo is just really nice, isn't it? I love that sound. Okay. 刚才说有哪些其他的方式？还有
点的话，等会儿我看一下啊。
So I suppose
这上面这些就是沁完之后刷完之后，然后点的这些红色的釉是点上去的釉，这种方式是点上去的啊。
实际上就是点的时候只能怎么做？这比如说就是
用毛笔蘸的那个釉料，它是泥浆的那种，然后蘸在上面，其实和画画是一样的啊。
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're saying with this example of pottery, essentially the glaze is put on with a brush. Okay, so there are lots of different techniques they can
然后
use.
呢，这边的话就是我们的一个柴烧陶了。柴烧的话，它是一个属于无法烧制。我们烧制像刚刚那边我们看的之前的产品，我们是烧制时间是10几个小时到20几个小时，稍微大件一点的可能就30个小时。但是像这种的话，柴烧陶的话，我们烧制的时间就会特别长，5到7天时间，换人不停火。5到7天时间烧制的那个，像我们柴窑有一个说法是什么呢？入窑一色，开窑万彩。
Yeah, okay. Who wants to take this one? So this piece, it kind of looks a bit like a teapot.
Yes.
This one. So can you tell us what is special about this teapot?
Well, this one is quite special because other potteries are normally like they just need like 12 to like 10 hours, but like this one is requires 3天吗？
5到7天。
Almost a week.
Almost a week, 5 days to 7 days, and like when it goes inside of the place, the cave where we made it, it's black, but you can see like the reflections. It kind of like it reflects different colors, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it has that kind of like burnt, kind of roasted coffee.
Yes, like
kind of
light,
to it, doesn't it? Yeah.
然后呢，还有一个是我们柴烧的话，它是每一件都是独一无二的。每一件柴烧陶，因为它在窑炉里边不同的位置，烧出来的窑变效果不一样。这个是怎么形成呢？我们柴烧我们的那个现在的柴烧是要让陶器和那个烟火灰直接接触，然后那个灰落在我们的陶器上面，达到一定的温度的时候，那个才会开始熔化成釉，这个我们就称为自然落灰釉。每一个它出来的效果都是不一样的。
Okay.
Every piece is very unique. On account of its position in the cave, right? After the detain, 沉淀是 detain.
Ashes.
After the ashes was blown back to the pot.
Yes.
That's exactly why it will shows in different colors.
I think it's due to the position.
Okay, apologies for that. We came out. I think we lost the sound, but we're back on now. So hopefully that problem is sorted. So let's get the phone back in here.
价值烧制的稀有度吗？价值的话，它是一个烧制的一个合格率，20%、30%的一个合格率。哦，刚刚说的入窑一色，开窑万彩，
就报废品很多。
对对对，合格率特别极其低啊，对。
OK， 我们还是会休息几分钟，我们去认识一下我们其他的这个同学们。Okay, so hello. Okay, so we're not the only ones here. So I think we have a group of students from Chongqing University. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you come to Rongchang today for?
Speak Chinese or English?
English. So yes, we have a worldwide audience.
Yeah. I'm so happy. Firstly, welcome to China.
Yes.
And we are so happy to get here because we can with our friends and with you. Yes, we're so happy and to many things. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to quickly say hello to the camera?
Hello.
So it's got lots of people watching. Yeah. So we've got a strapping young man over here, and we've got other students as well. Say hello. And we've got some more over here. So can I just say hello to everybody? So are we from Chongqing University as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Say hello to the audience.
Hello.
Okay. So are you having a good day today?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you like in this museum here? What do you like the best?
Yeah.
I felt so good.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you like about Rongchang pottery?
喜欢荣昌陶的什么地方？
The beauty of its color, we can see it's used to be the normal things, but with the fire and with hundreds of temperature in the
Cave.
fire, in the cave, yes, it turned into such a beauty. How to say it?
Outcome product.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. And what's young lady friend over here? What do you like best here?
你最喜欢这里什么地方？对，什么部分？
Yeah. Okay. Good answer. Perfect answer. Yeah. Okay. And do any of you study pottery? Do you have any art students here?
可以去尝试一下，我到我们那边后边去尝试一下。
Oh, really? Okay. So I think today we might have the chance
我
to do
们
that.
愿意一会儿的那个同学们可以去到后边，我们去体验一下我们这个制陶的过程。OK。
Oh, okay. That's excellent news.
来来来。
Yeah, okay, so our star inheritor here, she's told us they've got a workshop next door, so we can go in there and we can try our hand at making some pottery. Yeah. Okay, don't forget if you have some questions or if you want us to make any special shapes or anything like that, you can let us know and give us a challenge. Okay, let's go. Okay, do you have English names?
My English name is Elio.
Alio?
Elio. Yeah.
Alio.
Sounds like a Spanish name.
It is a little bit. You know when you say Alio? No, when you say the word Alio, because you know in Chongqing you have the Miao ethnic minority. Yo, Miao Zhu. Yeah. So you know when you go to see them, they say Alio Liu. Yeah, just like Miao Yu, then it reminds me of that. So like, Alio Liu is like a Miao ethnic minority word for hello, like how do you do?
Oh.
Yeah, so just say our friend's name is Alio. His English name is Alio.
这里边就是我们的一个网络。
Check this out. Okay, I also have some other good news for you as well. Apparently we have 3 supermodels.
Yeah.
I think we have 3 models with us today.
Yeah.
Did you see them earlier?
Yeah, I've seen them earlier on the beginning carnival.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so very beautiful, very tall and slim.
Yeah, and the difference.
So do you want to come and meet them and see what they're doing?
Okay, let's go.
观众来了，镜头来了，应该叫。
对。
哦，我们刚刚才看到的。
在很学院。
So before we come in here, this one has already dried a bit, and you can see a very basic shape. Like it's already like half poured already in here.
But also it's empty in there, so it's very magnificent. Skill of manufacturing.
Oh, I don't know how to make that one empty.
It's empty in here, in the middle of them.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how to make that one.
I don't know.
I think it's
Yeah, inside.
OK， 这好像，这里也算是一种学校嘛，就是谁想去学陶瓷，可以来这里学习嘛？
可以的。
Okay, so yeah, okay, yeah. So thank you very much. So yeah, you can consider this as a school for making pottery. So people who are interested in experiencing pottery are welcome to come here and try their hand at it. I mean, I suppose for the most part, it's to be kind of like a tourist experience. But if you're more serious about it, I don't think there's any reason why you couldn't come here more often and learn more about the art form. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for your question and keep them coming. Oh yes, and Susan, are you our models for today as well? 这是今天的身份模特嘛？ Okay, yeah. So these three beautiful ladies are our models for the program as well. So, yeah, do you have an English name? Oh, Julie. Ah, okay. So, what's your name? Jojo. Okay, very nice name. So, Rita. Okay, we'll just say hello to the camera. So, special day. Are you having a good time? Okay, yeah. Do you like Rongchang pottery?
Yeah, I like.
Okay, and did you make this yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, excellent. So, good.
We can go try it by ourselves.
Okay, yes, let's try this for ourselves.
You want to have a bite?
Oh, yes. Yeah, look at that.
做这个有一个技巧，拉坯的话，在那个泥在这上面有一个那个技巧，特别去掌握的话是那个脚踏这个脚踏板，开车一样，往下踏就是那个油门大小，然后那个肩放开，然后两腿张开，手肘放在那个膝盖上，利用那个做一个支撑，然后左手往前推，右手往后拉，他就会把这个，你看他现在不是一个同心圆，我们让他把这坨泥成一个小同心圆。如果说你却这样去换的话，它是不正的。然后我们把这个，你看一个技巧，手握住不动，让泥过来撞，然后向前推，往后拉，对不对？它就，要不要试一下？
试一下，就是里面的部分怎么抠出来？
里面的部分是这样的，看，我们再做一个小杯子，简单，大拇指往下压，然后往外拖一点，向上拉，向上拉，然后要高一点，我们的往上提，左手和右手的那个左手中指和右手的那个大拇指对着，要想让它那个变大一点，往外，然后让它变小，夹着向内挤，它就会变小了。
Wow, that's amazing. 我试一下吧。Okay, but
就保持这个速度就行。
Okay. So I'm just going to go back a few steps. So if you take a look at the equipment to set the basic sitting position, there's we have this. So this is kind of like the accelerator pedal, and in your car. So so just like then. So if you kind of tilt your foot back, it's kind of like a brake, and then if you kind of tilt your foot forward, then when it starts rotating like this. Just say that the basic body position you want. You want your legs wide apart, and you want to kind of rest your elbows on both of your knees. So that way, I think it gets enough force into the piece of pottery you're making. Okay, but I'm not very confident about this.
It's okay.
Okay, so I want to first wet my hands. Okay.
然后这个手轻轻扶上，大拇指虎口夹住啊，这样来我们来一起来做一个，好吧
Okay. I know this has like a very romantic feeling to it.
Yeah.
You know, you get listening scenes and it's yeah, that's right.
看到没有？是要想它大一点，要想它比较小，然后往里边轻轻挤，对，要让它大，这个大拇指往外，轻轻拉一点，对。然后要想它再大一点的时候，这样。
I haven't a clue what I'm doing.
我们来做个小杯子，我们一起来做个小杯子。
Okay.
你给我一只手，你那只手就，然后你给我一只手，我们一起来，你这只手放在这边 ，OK。
Right, so I'm in your hands.
OK。
So you are going to make a teapot, right? Teapot.
Yeah, maybe that's the plan. That's really help.
做一个小碗，
A little bowl.
做一个小碗。
我感觉这更像就是那种展。
先拿开，然后下边再往外大一点。先扶一点，然后这边扶一点，然后把它可以吃。理一下，轻轻慢慢理。
Okay, so we're going to try and slowly push it out. I haven't a clue what this is going to do.
I think this is
Okay,
very
往下
difficult.
就会
You can't really control your strength.
Yeah,
This step is very difficult, right?
yeah. This is actually very delicate. You don't really need lots of force
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
this.
It's a little bit delicate.
Yeah, if you use too much force, then
It will transform
Yeah,
into
it's
like
okay.
a
this shape is not.
No.
Oh no! It's not that shape.
这样，
Oh no! Yeah.
这个没办法啊，
Oh no! I've ruined it.
因为它太软了，这个，然后我们把它切掉，不要再重新搞一下。往下大一点。
Who else would you like to try?
No, I can't.
David, you have to go this one. All right. So that's it for me. That was.
That's
it's straightforward, but I can't do it.
我先帮你把，我先帮你推一下，弄一下。然后用打怎么开的？单纯的没事的。
小林，你好啊。
我要亲，还是啥感觉？
然后那个双手持着空心掌，紧紧贴在和泥坨贴在一起，大拇指，这个手，这只手，大拇指往下，对，稳住，对，往下掐，对，往外拉，慢一点，对，好，可以了啊，这个手，这个放那边，来给我一个。
我抠下来了一会儿。要往上拉吗？
对，往上拉，感觉找它那个就
Then after
找它这个
there
重
is
心，
a
知道吧？
space
剩下的
inside it, then use the thumbs to push it upwards. Yeah. 我要往外拉吗？最后往外拉还是往上拉？
往上也可以，往外也可以，根据你想要的器型，不要在同一个地方停留超过1秒以上。你要用劲的停留的话，它就会像刚刚那样
抛掉。
So
if you stay, if you push your horse to only one point for over 1 second, you will destroy the chain.
Like I did.
Yeah. You know what you did? You nearly made a cup for cocktail, right?
Oh, actually, that would have been a beautiful error.
Yeah.
A beautiful mistake. Yeah, that would have.
完了这个你还可以做一个鱼摸上哪拉高了，拉高的话你稍微慢一点，拉高这样，里边这个手就不要用劲了，里边手不要用劲，里边手不要用劲，虎口锁住，虎口锁住，往里。
Oh, that's so amazing.
太用劲了，看到没有？太用劲了，太用劲。哦，它摩擦力低了，对，增加它的一个摩擦力，压一下。
I can see me.
还可以。
小时候做过。It's a little teacup. From a bowl to teacup. You wasted a lot of materials.
Yeah, so David, how are you feeling?
I think it's very funny, and I saw many this pottery, but I don't know how to make it. Today this is the finally have a chance.
一定要慢，不要急，要慢一点，不要急，耐心。
可以把它做薄一些吗？ Most of the important is to make a pot of these pieces, right? Yeah. It's patience. 你可以以后来留在这儿学习。
Oh, the head's broken. Oh no. Okay. Commiserations. Okay, so should we go see how our other friends are doing? So we've just met our university students from Chongqing.
Yeah.
So let's go see how they're doing as well. So okay for this one here.
It's not so good.
This is a masterpiece.
Try, but I can't make it well.
So do you think this is very difficult to learn?
Yes, it's so difficult.
What are you trying to make?
I want to make a cup, but it doesn't like a cup.
Okay, how about this one?
It's just like
like a vase.
Yes.
Yeah, to try and make a vase.
I think in my heart this is so beautiful. This is art. Art.
Yeah, exactly. So the key phrase, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
So for some people this might not be a success, but possibly if you really believe it's like a beautiful piece of artwork, then why not?
Yeah. Are you having here?
Yeah, I mean I've tried myself, but I broke it. Yeah. So okay, keep trying. Should we come and see some of the ladies over here? So how are you doing? Okay, how about actually this one here? It's quite good. So, well done. This one, you've done a very good job.
Thank you very much.
So, have you done this before? This is your first time? Oh, wow. And are you trying to make a bowl? So actually, she's doing a pretty good job, I think. So in those comments here, do let us know what you think of this. So we've got one or two more as well. I think this one over here isn't too bad. So what's your name?
Rongchang.
Okay. That's the floor. We'll check it out. Okay. How do you feel? Are you enjoying this?
It's too hard.
I know the feeling. Yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah, it's my first time.
Yeah. But actually, I think for the first, the first attempt is not a bad effort. Yeah, I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
Right. All right. So don't forget to keep those questions and comments coming in. Right. So we've got one or two more over here. Okay, over here, maybe we could come back to our inheritor. So this is the master, so he's going to show us how it's done. And I suppose at this point, because we've got his time at the moment, if we want to give him a challenge, I suppose we could tell him a kind of utensil or cup or bowl, a particular style we want, so maybe he can make it for us.
就这种方法嘛，差不多，就那个手一定要稳，然后让它要让它小一点，我们手扶住，对吧？让它变成一个指头，这又是一个指头嘛。
为什么？你为什么年龄这么老啊？
试一下吧，你来做棍，结果是个速度就可以。然后要做棍的话，这样你给我一个手，看到没有？一个指头，往外。知道吧？找到这个感觉没有？来，我来妹妹，我帮你把它那个你走。
So if you don't have any questions for inheritor over here, then please do ask. So something I'm curious about as well, I mean, is the clay very expensive here in Rongchang? 所以看这里的炒煮的它的卖价贵不贵嘛？
价格是吧？根据产品来，柴烧的话就相对来说价格高一点了，至少就有几千，然后过万的都过万的、几万的都有。然后比如说像一些，还有一个它价格最终取决于一个那个制作大师的价格高一些。然后小件的话呢，有一个杯子，大众消费的200-300块钱、100多块钱，这些产品都会有。实用器、生活器，然后呢现在就是这些。
Okay, so he just said the prices varies from 100 to like 10,000 based on who made it and the color of it, and the material made it and the temperature made it, and basically like as we see before, like the pottery we use 5 to 7 days, they're cheaper, but like because the wood should be more expensive. Yes, and he is the best here.
这个拉皮就显这个坏，这个拉皮就坏掉了，但是你看，它是在补的，换一台来做，我给你换一台。
没有，我就玩一下，感受一下。
没事，可以，那行，那你就感受的话，你就来玩这个，稍微帮你修正一下。这个我帮他那个，他是感受一下这个拉坯的这个过程，因为这个现在这个拉坯机 这 RPG 有点问题，它不是它那个不在一个同心圆上，里边轴承那个坏掉了。你看它随便怎么手一离开，它就又晃起来了，对吧？手一离开它又晃起来，它不在一个同心圆上。
Okay, so there's a problem with this like rotating plate that it's not really rotating on the level plane. It's kind of like wobbling a little bit. Yeah, so as you can see, it's changing the shape of the pottery a little bit.
那在永昌就是大概有多少人在做这个制作陶瓷的生意？
荣昌陶瓷它事实上明朝它在那个中间有一个断代，90年代初期到2012年。这20多来年的一个断代，然后的从业人员相对来说少一点，现在应该还是有还是有好几千人在做手工业。
Okay, yeah. So just estimating how many people are involved in the pottery business in Rongchang. You said it's in about the thousands.
Yeah, around 1,000 across 20 years.
Okay, when you said like one died, you were saying like there was a generation, the missed generation.
断代传承断了这就是断代是因为中国那个那时候的一个下岗潮，就活体改制嘛，活体改制之后的一个就是改制之后，然后有一个下岗潮，这个时候开始就断代了，大家都得。
Since 20 years ago, a lot of people started to making potteries, and like over 20 years here in Rongchang, we have like almost 1,000 very skilled masters making pottery right now.
Yeah. So at the moment, the state of inheritance is quite good then, isn't it? So of course, I suppose maybe compared to hundreds or 1,000 years ago, maybe there were relatively fewer people doing it, so it makes it more important to kind of protect and pass on this knowledge. But if there are like thousands of people doing it, then I would say it's in a good state.
Yes, and I just want to.
国家级非遗。
2011, and the pottery making technique was added to China's national intangible cultural heritage list. So, as Jim said before, it's more like a cultural heritage, like everyone learn it, and it's our culture, our story.
然后这几年荣昌陶在整个在中国的一些那个行业协会的一些那个作品参展上获得还是有很大的一些金奖之数，各国上的。 然后欢迎全球的朋友们到荣昌玩陶、品尝、吃不得。
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
So you just said like the pottery making here is a popular industry in Rongchang, and we have received a lot of work, and the master just said he welcomes a lot of friends and tourists to visit here and experience the tourist attractions, and of course making pottery.
Yeah, and then one other thing is where you said that there are lots of national competitions as well. So 就是国家级的一些比赛嘛，对不对？所以有没有荣昌人也获奖？
可以去看一下我们的获得目前荣昌陶最高的一个奖项，百花杯金奖，这是中国民政部保留的唯一的一个行业。
吹毛，吹毛。
一个作品。
We can go and see the national.
Okay, yeah. So we've just been saying that there's a national competition to help encourage people to pass on this knowledge. And there are people from Rongchang who have won like the first prize in this competition. So I think among our last stops today, who's going to take us to go and see some of the pieces of artwork that have won this prize before in the past.
Okay. Oh my god！
这件作品山西遗韵，
叫什么山西？
那个巴蜀遗韵，对，巴蜀遗韵。 这个作品是那个创作灵感是三星堆的一些那个器型啊，包括它有文化元素来创作的这件作品。这个是百花杯金奖，中国工艺美术协会的一个百花奖。
So I don't know if you can see it, but this is a gold medal, okay, a gold award from the China Arts and Crafts Association.
Yes.
I didn't quite understand what he meant. He said this was kind of like a bar
Yes,
like a Chongqing style.
Like he picked a lot of cultural symbolism and like he picked some cultural symbols from Chongqing and from Sichuan here, and he made this one. Like, I mean, it's a great masterpiece, but I don't really understand. But
yeah. Okay. So maybe we can ask our master in a moment what it is. But what does this piece of artwork look like to you? So, Lily, I mean, if you didn't have somebody to tell you what it is, what would you think the shape is?
it looks like a bottle or something, but with like a different style. I don't really know.
Like, to me, it kind of looks a bit like like that Space Needle or something, doesn't it? Maybe you go up in the lift and they have like a revolving restaurant in the top, something like that. But that just shows you how terrible I am.
It looks like a tiny tower.
Yeah. But 就跟着我觉得这个设计比较特别，
有点抽象。
对，它是那个就是像三星堆，知道吧？
三星堆
我也不知道那个，反正就是一个。
对，
说白一点的，因为这个怎么描述？
等会儿在成都、四川，成都三星堆、广汉三星堆，的一些那个它里面的一些出土的一些青铜器啊，包括一些那个器具的一些元素来设计的。对，然后比如说像这件是那个中国陶协的最高奖大地奖金奖，这个也是刘继峰刘大师的一个作品它是一个这个件作品凤凰对聂祥里边一个凤凰的一个浮雕，然后外边一个火焰，凤凰聂祥它这个有一个对体现了一个是匠人对这个中国的就是文化复兴的这一个良好的一个愿景。
三星堆ruin sites.
But this one's quite interesting. Like the picture here is actually a phoenix, and it represents a kind of like a nirvana process. And here.
Yeah, and then you can see the pattern on the outside. I mean, this is almost a bit like flames because the phoenix. It's kind of like have like an old system and it's maybe destroyed and then something new emerges from the ashes.
Yes.
And our master was just saying that it's kind of a representative of a kind of Renaissance. Yeah, in like the art of pottery in Rongchang.
Yes.
Okay, so because of that, I mean, this is the award they got. I mean, this is more like a certificate. So from the CCIA, so this is kind of like the China Ceramics Innovation Award.
Yes.
That's my guess for CCIA.
That's very correct.
Okay, and 这个是应该是
特等奖，可以拿出来看一眼。
Oh yeah, okay. So this is like a special level award as well. It's really have to say, I mean, this is a very creative piece of artwork.
Oh, CIEFT, okay. Wow, QR code.
这件的，然后那个刘大奖是
International Fine Ceramics Exhibition. Okay, 2020. Thank you.
Okay,
这件也是那个大地奖的一个特等奖，这也是刚刚我给你们说的那个朱砂釉。这个你看朱砂釉，我们第一次烧出这种感觉来，它是那个出来的那个感觉就像那个兔毫。剑斩有没有？知道吧？那个兔毫，它出来那个像那个兔的那个毫毛一样的，慢慢渐渐的一个平时整个一体，你看，很灵动的一个特别细的一个。
我是觉得特别灵动。
对。
The master just said the texture here looks like a vivid fern, like animal fern, and it is the first time he ever made kind of texture like this. He never made this one before.
Yeah, it does look a bit like animal fur, and if you look very closely, it also looks like strands of hair.
Yes.
Going down the side of it. So this one also won an award from the China Ceramics Innovation Award as well.
A lot of awards.
Yes, I mean all of these are very innovative, I think. Yeah, and also difficult to make.
Yes.
Right, so I think we're kind of coming towards the end of the show today. So if you have any questions for us, please let us know. We can still ask our master here. Okay, and I suppose we could just ask one or two last questions. So when did you start learning about ceramics in Rongchang?
你啥时候开始学的这个
13岁。
哦
Okay, yeah, so started learning when he was 13.
对
Okay.
22年。
Oh, for 22 years already. That's a very long time, actually.
Okay, and is it just yourself, or is your whole family involved in pottery?
对，家族到我这代是第6代了。对，是10家。
Yeah, so your master's already the sixth generation. Yeah, doing the ceramics. Okay, and I'm wondering that in that case, I mean, do you have any ceramics that were made by your relatives a long time ago?
就是什么？再来一遍我。
看你有没有一些，就是说5、6代以前的，亲戚做的作品吗？
这边没有，5、6代以前的这样没有，现在没有，现在没有。
所以这儿摆都是现在的。
Okay, and other things I'm interested in as well. I mean, you say that there are thousands of people involved in ceramics, but do you do any work to kind of get children, very young people, more interested in ceramics, especially at a primary school age?
就是这边有小孩的学这个东西吗？就有专门的什么小学的
学校有开展那个融合学院这一些小学学校，包括中学都会有开展这个陶艺课，对，也是对荣昌陶整个
文化传承，
对文化传承、人才储备啊。
So they have offered kind of like the pottery classes for primary school and secondary school, and for Rongchang people here, like for the locals, it's kind of like a cultural inheritance for them, and I think it's kind of like a special attachment for those local people here.
Yeah, okay. Maybe one last one as well. So in Rongchang, we have the Rongchang Tao. So the pottery, you also have the Zheshan. Yeah. So just wondering, I suppose the artistic styles are very different, but do you have a lot of exchange between masters of these different art forms?
就是他做下布和就是做那个扇子和做陶器的名家之间，各位之间有什么？就是有什么交流吗？您跟
有，比如说我们那个平时就经常会有大家在聚在一起，比如那个陶瓷和下布啊，包括折扇这些我们都会有一些比如说用一些做折扇的做我们陶瓷做一个小吊坠和折扇，对这样做起来，然后下布的话和折扇。扇面可以用下布，以前用绸或者那个宣纸，现在可以用那个下布来做那个扇面。
明白了。
都会有平时，包括这些因为我们3大非遗也经常大家会在一起的一些交流啊。
然后这是我就问最后一个问题啊，我觉得对我来说，我觉得荣昌人的那种创意性特别的强，因为可能有这么多的特别的艺术吧，我们刚说的那个折扇，荣昌陶什么的，你觉得就是荣昌人就是他们这样有很强的创意性是源于什么地方啊？源自什么地方？
创意性是源于什么地方？
其实应该是随着每一个应该说是现在每人的那个生活品质的一些提高了，对，这样然后一个是他的那个一些需求，比如说以前在解决温饱，然后现在可以提升到一些精神层面上的这些东西，这样的转变过来的一些。
Yeah, okay, so just asked him then, because in Rongchang they have so many different special kind of art forms, like the pottery and the folding fans. And also the summer cloth as well, which is made from Rangi. So I was just asking him, what is it about the people of Rongchang that makes them so creative? So I mean, Lily, what did he say in that answer there?
He said, like back to 20 years ago, we don't focus a lot on art, but like right now, as our economy getting better and the people here, the locals, like everyone learned the lessons and they learned how to making potteries, making fans from their parents or grandparents. So everyone's now focused on art, and because we make profits from those artifacts and products. So people here started to notice about it, and everyone pay attention to it. So like people get to more creative about it. And I do think it's more about the landscape here. Like it's so beautiful, and any artist living here must create a lot of great art, right?
现在我们也是在就是这些创新呢，都是在一个在传承不老的传统的传承下，然后来进行一些创新。
Oh, so it's innovation based on old traditions.
Yeah, so innovation based on inheritance. Yeah, so to make sure the knowledge and the skills are inherited first, and then on this basis they can work on creative elements. And as part of high quality developments, I know I'm kind of going off on a bit of a tangent, but with high quality developments in China, I mean, one of the things they've been really emphasizing is innovation. Yeah, do things new, isn't it? So, particularly with young generations. When it comes to kind of ancient or older art forms, sometimes it's a bit more difficult for them to be interested because they have lots of computer games, lots of things to it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, but if we can have some more like modern, innovative elements in there, then I think that's a really good way of getting younger people interested in it and making sure that the art form gets inherited, in the future.
Yes, because China is a very ancient country, and I believe we have a rich cultural history. And I think it's a good thing that we emerged new way of art into the traditions, and it's like we kept the old tradition, but we also innovated based on it. So it's a good thing for us.
Okay, so I haven't seen we have any more questions. So just to wrap up then, I just want to ask Lily, how's your day been here? Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yes, it's my first time here, and I believe it's a lovely place. If you guys want to visit here, you must come.
Yeah, okay. So,
it's a lovely place.
Yeah, okay, and are you going to try to make some pottery yourself?
I just saw what you did, and I decided I will not do it.
Oh, this is one of the things I'm curious about, because my hand is still covered with the clay. So 就是说这个，就是说泥土，就是也有很多营养素的。所以这个能不能就说活在那个烟上嘛，就是可以保持年轻嘛？
可以吗？
对啊，对。
又过那个天然的原矿。
Okay, excellent. So maybe we can try that.
We can try it next time.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, excellent. Yeah. So I was just curious because my hands are still covered in clay. But we were talking a bit earlier that the clay is very rich in minerals. So I'm just asking, can you put this clay on your face?
As a mask.
Yeah, as like a mask. Yeah. So I'm 41 now, so I need tips like this. And you're saying so not only can you put it on your face, but you can actually take a clay bath as well. So I think that's really good for you. Okay, so maybe you can try that later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I've had a great time. So thank you very much for following a century-long journey today. I've had a great time and received some fantastic piece of work. And we've also had some fun as well, even if we haven't been that successful making the pottery ourselves. Okay, and it just happens that our group of students have come back into the room here. So I'm going to get them over here and we're going to have a big goodbye together. Okay. How does that sound? Okay. Okay, so okay, so from iChongqing, thank you for watching such a long journey. We're going to be back with more live streams in the very near future from all of our friends from Chongqing University. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. So goodbye. Bye.